In this video, we're going to be looking at sales tax and tips. So a few definitions for you. Sales tax is the percentage of the bill that is given to the government, and it is an extra amount that you have to pay. So you're going to add it on to your amount of money. Tip or gratuity, make sure you write down that word gratuity because it comes up in those practice sets. Tip is the same thing as gratuity. That is what you pay to a person who has done you a service, done a service for you. So like waitressing and hairdressing. All right, so what you're going to do is change the percent into a decimal. You're going to multiply the decimal and the price to find the tax or the tip. If the problem just says what is the tax or the tip amount, then you're done with step 2. If they want the total amount, then you have to keep going by adding your answer from step 2 to the original amount. So tip and tax, that is what you have to pay. So that's why we are adding it to the original amount. All right, so a few examples. We're going to start by finding the tax or tip amount, and then we are going to find the total cost. So I'm going to change my 7.25 by moving it 2 spots to the left, so it's 0.0725. And I'm going to multiply that by 89.75. Okay, when I multiply that, that gives me 6.506. All right, so money only has, and it keeps going, but money only has 2 numbers after the decimal, so I'm going to round this to 651. Okay, the 6 tells me to round the 0 up to a 1. So if the question had just said, what are they paying in tax for this question, it would just be $6.51. Now it asks to find the total cost, so I'm going to take my 651 and going to add it to my original, which was 89.75, and when I do that, it gives me $96.26. Okay, so if it just said tax or tip, we would have been done there. And then if it just said total, we would have had to keep going until we got that $96.26. All right, so you go and get a haircut for $19 and you want to leave a tip of 15%. So we're going to do 0.15 times 19. This is going to give us $2.85. So you're going to pay an extra $2.85. So if it just said what is the tip amount, you would say $2.85. All right. Now if we're finding the total, we're going to do $2.85 and we're going to add it to the 19, and that's going to give us $21. Let's make that a little neater for you. It's going to be $21.85. All right, so pause the video so you can write this problem down real quick, and then unpause it when you're ready to work. But this is an example one, so we'll do it together. So Miss Dewey spent $205.60 at a bookstore. If the sales tax is 6.875, how much did she pay in taxes? Okay, so this question is actually separated out too. So if we just want to know the tax amount, we're going to take this decimal, move it 2 to the left. All right, and we're going to multiply it by 205.60. And when we do that, it gives us 14.135. But again, there's only 2 numbers after the decimal, so this 5 tells us to round up the 13 to a 14. So here's the final answer for how much she has paid in taxes. Now if it said what is her total bill, which is the next question, we're going to take that 1414 and we're going to add it to the 205.6. All right, so that is going to give us $219.74. So notice how you can't really do the total part until after you found the tax or the tip, because we need that amount to add it to the original. All right, so here's your practice questions. Pause the video, try these on your own, and unpause it when you're ready to check. Okay, you're buying a skateboard for $150 at 8.5% tax. So we're going to move this 2 to the left, so it's going to be 0.085 times 150. and that's going to give us $12.75. And this said find the total. It just wanted the total, so I'm not even going to stop there. I'm not going to circle the $12.75 because that is not my final answer at all in this problem. So I'm going to add it to my 150. That gives me $162.75. So there is my final answer for this problem. We have an $88 bill with a 20% tip, so we're going to do 0.20 times 88, and that gives me 17.6. Now your calculator will tell you like this, 17.6, but because this is money, we add 2 numbers after the decimal all time, so it's 60, not just 6, and it's not 06, it's 60. And again, so I'm not stopping yet because the problem is not done. I need to add it to my $88, and that's going to be $105.60. Alright, Diana and Sunny clean homes for a summer job. They charge $70 for the job plus a 5% for supplies, and a homeowner gives them a 15% tip. The question is, they want to know if they received more than $82 for their job. Okay, so there's 2 parts on this one, and we haven't talked about it yet. But this plus 5%, so we're going to first off figure out what 5% of 70 is by doing 0.05 times 70, and that is $3.50. And then we're going to do 70 times 0.15 for the tip amount, and that is $10.50. So that means they get paid the 70, they get paid the $3.50, and they get paid the $10.50. So we're going to add up those 3 numbers, the 70, the $3.50, and the $10.50, and that is $84. So that means, yes, they are making more than $82 since they made $84. Alright, that's the end of the video, so thanks for watching.